But number 3, the Bible is saying it came to pass in an evening time that David arose off his bed. All right. Now, a bed is a private. Okay, your bed is private to you. Okay, it's personal to you. So we're seeing another introduction. Now, addictions as well, they are personal to you. They are private to you. It's you who knows your own addiction. So you can come and pretend before us here, but you know what happens when you go back in your room, what you do inside there, when people are not watching. We're seeing the bed being introduced. So there's privacy to this. Okay? Another versus the third thing we see here, there's privacy to this. Privacy plays a role. You understand? In this particular matter. When you keep things private, when things are kept in private, things are kept in the dark. This is what gives steam to addictions. You understand? Whether it can be alcohol addiction, porn addiction, the steam comes due to privacy. When it's just personal to you, because you're seeing the bed being introduced here. Okay? I'm just giving you a step-by-step process. And then the Bible is saying also, and walked upon the roof of the king's house. Now look at this. Now if you go on top of the house, now if I stand here, right, my view of the houses, maybe I can see maybe 3 or 4 houses down. But if I climb on the roof, I'm able to see what is above the roof. You understand? I get a better view. Okay? When you stand upon the roof, you'll get a better view of the houses around. What does that mean? Now remember, a better view. Now remember in king's times, right? Kings had what you call an intelligence. They had what you call traditional intelligence agencies. What do I mean? They used to gather, they used to have spies. Even kings, even amongst their officials, they would want to know what's happening around their officials. All right? They want to know what's happening in this commander's house. What's happening there? What's happening there? But for David to stand on top of the house, that's like him having a better view, so he can get a better information. All right? Now, to relate that to the topic we're talking about, that can be related to the internet. You understand? Where you get information. So another fourth factor, how people get into, especially this type of addiction, when you're browsing the internet. All right? So remember, I'm not saying you shouldn't browse the internet, but here I'm talking about moderation, because here we're giving you examples when you have especially a lot of free time and you're browsing the internet with that much free time. The risks of you getting into porn very high. You understand? Just like David here, because we're going to show you what David encounters, because he's standing on top of the house and he's watching, he's having free time. He's probably standing there for hours. You understand? Now the risks become high. The more you browse, the more you start browsing, you come into contact with something that you would want to properly scan and even want to watch. You become curious. You even want to watch more. You understand? You want to see, you want to find out more of the certain things that will be exposed to you. All right? So the roof, that's the symbol of the roof. Okay? And then the Bible is saying, and from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. Now we see a naked woman. Now to translate to this time, now he's seeing a woman here. Now that's exactly what I was telling you about. All right? So remember, with the internet, when you're browsing, you might come into contact with something. We're seeing him standing on top of the roof, and then with the hours, with the free time that he has, he's seeing something. There's a naked woman here. You understand? Now the likelihood right now in today's internet, if you spend too much time into the internet, right, you spend too much time browsing with the social media, you come into contact with start seeing naked pictures. There's a woman in the bikinis, you start seeing that. You come into contact with links. You understand? And you might even want to even get deeper to it. All right? Yeah, these are people getting into this thing. All right? These are people getting into this. These are steps which people get into this, because it's a lot of free time. All right? Yeah, David wasn't planning it. Like most people don't plan to be addicted to this thing. You understand? They don't plan to be addicted to this thing. But then what tends to happen is that when the factors are there in place, then this is presented.